Hello and welcome to WSKY Radio. This video is going to teach you how to make a glossy ball with Photoshop, and it's very simple, it's very straightforward, but I think it provides a great effect, and you can use this in several little projects that you may have going on. So let's get right to it. We're going to start with opening up a new file. Let's set it for 500 by 500 and it's going to be transparent. And we'll say OK. Let's pick black as our background color. And we'll just make our whole area black. Go up to Filter, down to Render, Lens Flare. And we're going to select the 105 millimeter lens flare and just click OK. No need to change any setting on that. Next we'll go into Filter, Distort, choose the polar coordinates, select polar to rectangular and say OK. At that point, let's go into Image, Image Rotation and Flip Vertical. After that, we'll go back to our filter, into Distort, and the polar coordinates once again, this time selecting rectangular to polar. Say OK there. And as you can see, this has created kind of that glassy ball look in our document here. Now let's select the circular marquee, and we're just going to kind of capture that whole glassy ball area with the marquee, and then press Control X to pull it right out of what we just made. Let's open a new document. Once again, we'll do 500 by 500, although you can make it anything you want depending on what the item is that you're building. Let's put a white background. We'll open that up, open our layers, double click, which will bring it up and unlock the bottom layer. Choose a new layer, and with the new layer chosen, press Control V. This brings in our ball from the other document that we were working on. Let's get the layers out of the way. I'm going to select my glass ball and just go in here and do Edit and Transform and scale it down a little bit. And reposition it here on the document. We might as well put it right in the middle, seeing that we're not really going to build anything around it. And when we click on our selector, it will say apply, which we will do. At that point, we have our nice glassy ball, although it's kind of plain and just with the dark. So we're going to go in here and say adjustment layer, and we're going to choose hue and saturation. Also, check mark the colorize box, which then brings in a little bit of color to it, and we're now able to change the effects of that ball simply by operating our sliders. And you can do this pretty much any way you want. I like to bring the lightness up until the background is still white. Now we could separate these two if we had simply made the background on separate layers and locked it out, but for this particular thing I will change it around. We're going to bring up the saturation just a little bit. I'm going to make a little turquoise kind of green ball by adjusting those layers. Once we've done that, as you can see, very quickly and only a few effects and a few adjustments, you can create this glass ball effects in Photoshop, which you can then use in other projects or add items around it or for little banners or whatever you'd like to go. But it's a very nice effect. It's easy to do, and it's a great starting point for something that you'd like to build on. I hope this video was helpful to you, and come on back and see some more videos in the future. I'm going to be starting to expand a lot in what I have in my area. So have a great day, and thank you for coming and visiting WSKY Radio.